You guys with guns for a camera. Am I detained? You haven't told me why I'm detained either.
At the end of the day, no one's saying you're detained.
She said that I was detained. She wouldn't explain why. She said detained to ask questions. Oh no, but she said, am I free?
What began as a peaceful recording session outside Heathrow police station quickly became a heated confrontation when officers warned the auditor about possible detention. Despite the pressure, the auditor remained calm, questioned the officer's claims, and responded with detailed knowledge of the law. The situation escalated quickly, making the encounter more intense as it continued.
Headlights don't work.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Filming.
Filming for what?
Huh?
Filming for what?
Sorry, do you talk a bit nicely? Like,
Sorry?
why you shout like barking at me?
Because this is a police station.
Okay.
So I'm just inquiring as to why you're filming the vehicles.
Oh, I'm just making a video.
Of what?
The police station. Would you mind identifying yourself?
Well, I'm in full police uniform, so is this
Yeah,
gentleman.
but you are required to identify yourself.
Right.
Collar number.
You've just come to a police station and you're filming the vehicle.
Correct. And I'm still. Would you please identify yourself?
What's your name?
Would you please identify yourself?
Is there a unit 3 that can come meet us out in the front yard, please? Matter of urgency.
This is what matter of urgency. It's a camera, and you're
Right.
still yet to identify.
I'm a police officer. My name's PC Morland.
Okay.
3429. I work here at Heathrow Police Station.
Excellent.
You've come into the police station
Yes.
car park.
With a camera.
Okay, and you started going along the cars and you're filming the vehicles that are parked in here.
Yes.
That moment says everything about how the encounter unfolded. The officer quickly approached and started firing off questions as soon as he noticed someone filming near police vehicles. Instead of introducing himself first, he immediately challenged the person's right to record. The auditor, however, stayed calm, kept the camera rolling, and asked for something officers are expected to provide: identification and accountability. Under UK law, people are generally allowed to film police officers, stations, and vehicles from public areas. Official guidance from policing authorities makes it clear that photography in public places is not prohibited simply because police property or officers are involved. Officers may speak with members of the public, but they cannot lawfully stop filming, demand footage, or interfere without proper legal grounds. In situations like this, officers are also expected to identify themselves when reasonably asked. Since the auditor was standing in a public area and openly filming visible police vehicles, the recording itself was within legal boundaries. What stands out most is the difference in behavior. The auditor remained controlled and respectful, while the officer became increasingly defensive. The simple request for identification changed the tone of the interaction completely. Once policies and legal rights were mentioned, the officer appeared far less confident. It became clear that knowing the rules shifted the balance of the conversation. One calm question completely removed the pressure and turned the encounter into a discussion about accountability. Moments like this show how understanding your rights can help keep situations under control and prevent unnecessary escalation. Knowledge, patience, and composure often speak louder than aggression ever could. How would you respond in a situation like this? Would you stay calm under pressure or react differently?
How is it a matter of public interest, the vehicles that are parked in a police car park?
Because the public are interested.
Sorry?
The public are interested.
In which way?
They want to see vehicles.
For what reason?
They want to see this.
These are private vehicles that are parked in a
They're in
car
public,
park.
though.
Sorry?
They're in public.
Yes, but I'm a police officer asking you to explain to me
Yeah, I
why
don't
you're
have
doing
to
it.
explain anything to you, though, do I? I'm not doing anything
Well,
wrong.
if you don't explain to me
Right,
why you're...
I don't have to engage with you
filming us-
either, you know that.
Sorry?
I don't have to do anything because
Right.
you say so.
At the moment...
Am I detained?
Sorry?
Am I detained?
At the moment, I am going to detain you.
Okay, why?
Okay, for the reason to ask you why you're doing
So
what
you're
doing.
detaining...
Sorry?
Am I detained?
At the moment, I am going to detain you.
Okay, why?
Okay, for the reason to ask you why you're doing... Sorry?
Am I detained?
At the moment, I am going to detain you.
Okay, why?
Okay, for the reason to ask you why you're doing
So
what
you're
doing,
detaining me to
okay?
ask me a question. Now let's get this right. Am I detained or not? I'm going. Bye, loser. Bye, loser. I'm going. Who's detained? Who's detained? Under what?
I'm asking you questions.
No, you're making a mess of this. Let's get this right. No. Let's get this right. You're making a mess of this. You can't detain me to ask me.
The relationship between Lil Wayne and Cash Money eventually collapsed in a very public and bitter way as years of legal conflict exposed deep problems behind the scenes. Officially, the dispute focused on unpaid money-delayed albums and contract restrictions that reportedly blocked Wayne from releasing music freely. But according to comments made by 50 Cent, the business battle may have only revealed part of a much larger story. He pointed toward the dramatic shift in the relationship between Wayne and Birdman and suggested that conflicts this personal usually come from wounds deeper than financial disagreements. Even though 50 stopped short of making direct accusations involving Lil Wayne, many people understood the implications behind his words. What made the situation even more intense was Wayne's complete silence, because despite being known for openly speaking on many topics, he has refused to publicly defend Birdman or directly dismiss the growing allegations. That silence became one of the most discussed parts of the controversy, and many observers viewed it as meaningful. 50 later widened the conversation beyond individual names and argued that exploitation inside the entertainment industry has existed for decades behind closed doors. He claimed many insiders already know which powerful figures allegedly manipulate vulnerable artists, while money influence and legal protection keep the system running. According to his statements, the music business often celebrates success while ignoring the damage experienced by the people creating the content. He described a repeating cycle where young artists from difficult environments are offered fame, opportunity, and fast money, only to later face pressure, loss of control, and personal destruction. 50 argued this pattern stretches far beyond one label and connects to a much larger industry culture built around power and dependency. He then announced that G-Unit Film and Television is developing a documentary series focused on exposing what he called the hidden machine behind decades of hip-hop industry abuse and manipulation. The project reportedly plans to include interviews with former artists, former workers, and people who claim they witnessed disturbing experiences behind the scenes. According to 50, the documentary has secretly been in development for more than a year, and recent controversies only accelerated its release plans. He warned that powerful figures across the industry are now under scrutiny because cameras are coming and difficult questions are finally being pushed into public view. The conversation now stretches from Birdman to other major names across entertainment, and many people believe the growing controversy has opened a larger debate about how young artists are treated once they enter the world of fame and major record deals.
Is this recording though? Is the GoPro recording, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright then. Alright, ask some questions. Oh look, a couple armed.
Two gentlemen outside with cameras and they're walking down the cars filming.
God
the
forbid,
cars
they got
that are
cameras.
within
Am I
the
detained or
car
not? I'm going, see ya. Loser. Right, catch me.
And then he can walk down here and film all the cars that parked in the car park. I stopped him and asked him why he's doing that.
Why have you brought
and
two guys with guns for a camera? Am I detained? You haven't told me why I'm detained
These
either.
are my colleagues.
At the end of the day, no one's saying you're detained.
She said that I was detained. She wouldn't explain why. She said detained to ask questions. Oh no, but she said, am I free to go?
What are you filming?
Just anything I can see in public.
Okay.
Would you identify yourself?
I don't need to.
Yes, you absolutely
I
do.
don't
You're a
need to
police officer.
Doesn't matter.
You don't need to identify yourself.
3419.
Okay, you're engaging me.
Yeah. Okay. You said you can film what you like. Yes, you can.
Okay, so
However,
that's
you
case
said
closed.
you're not detained.
Excellent.
So you can leave.
I don't have to leave. I'm in a public
You're
place.
not detained.
Okay, well I'm free to go.
Okay.
I'm free to go.
On your YouTube
Am I free to
channel?
go?
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm free to stay.
Yeah.
The situation quickly became confusing when one officer claimed the auditor was being detained, only for another officer moments later to suggest otherwise. While the officers struggled to explain their position, the auditor stayed calm and continued recording the interaction. The mixed responses created uncertainty and made it clear that the officers were not fully aligned on what authority they actually had. Under the College of Policing's Code of Ethics, officers are expected to act with honesty, clarity, and professionalism. If someone is being detained, officers should clearly explain the legal reason for it. At the same time, members of the public are generally not required to provide identification unless specific legal conditions apply. Officers, however, are expected to identify themselves when reasonably asked during public interactions. In this encounter, the auditor focused on one simple question: am I detained? By calmly repeating it, he forced the officers to clearly define their position. As the conversation continued, the conflicting answers became more obvious, and the uncertainty shifted attention away from the auditor and onto the officer's handling of the situation. What stood out most was the difference in composure. The auditor remained controlled and respectful, while the officers appeared increasingly unsure. Rather than arguing or escalating the situation, the auditor relied on clear questions and patience, which helped expose the confusion surrounding the stop. Eventually, the officers acknowledged there was no basis to keep the auditor there and indicated that he was free to leave. The encounter became a strong example of how staying calm, asking direct questions, and understanding basic legal rights can help keep situations focused and transparent. How would you respond in a moment like that? Would you continue asking for clarification or leave once things became unclear?
My colleague.
All right, you
So
crack on, mate.
basically,
I will crack on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your assistance.
Basically, you start
You're welcome.
walking down, just filming the indexes
Excuse
of the
me?
vehicle.
Excuse me, did he call me a
Walking
knob?
down, filming the indexes of the
Did he
vehicle.
call me a knob?
No,
When I
didn't.
asked him why he was down, just filming the doing that, he said it
That's
was a
you,
matter
mate.
Because
of
I'm on camera as
That's
well.
you, mate.
Well, I'm a knob.
Yeah.
That's
He
very
said
nice.
it was a matter of
Okay.
public interest, and basically that was why he was filming. I obviously asked him
interest
to
is the
explain
public, yeah.
exactly what that meant.
Don't have to.
And
I don't
he's just
have to
carried on
answer any
as we are
questions.
now.
What public interest is it?
Doesn't matter. Don't have to answer any questions. How about that?
What public
How about
interest
I
is it?
don't answer any questions?
Yeah, what public interest is it?
The public interested. Now what?
What are they interested in?
Jesus, look at this. Right, move. Let me get the thumbnail, man.
I know, like, I don't like the way they're like surrounding me.
No.
Look at these, lot, bro. Look at the guns. Look at the guns.
Okay, good luck.
3, 4,
Walk down this line,
5,
filming the
6,
indexes of the
7,
vehicles that's in the
8,
car. So I went,
9
excuse me.
officers
I
for
thought
two
you
guys.
worked too much now.
Hey. Oh, I thought that was the guy from Hendon.
Oh, no,
Is that the guy from Hendon?
No, that's not.
Right, are we finished now? Yeah.
That moment completely changed the atmosphere of the encounter. The officer tried to push the conversation toward why the auditor was filming, looking for an explanation or justification. But instead of getting defensive or over-explaining, the auditor stayed calm and simply made it clear that he was not required to answer questions. Under UK law, people are generally not obligated to explain themselves to police unless they are under arrest or being lawfully detained based on reasonable suspicion of an offense. The Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, known as PACE, makes a clear distinction between voluntary conversation and lawful detention. If the interaction is voluntary, a person has the right to remain silent or walk away. Guidance from the College of Policing also explains that refusing to answer questions by itself does not create suspicion or justify further action. Citizens are allowed to disengage from voluntary encounters, especially when they are involved in lawful activities such as filming in public spaces. In this situation, the auditor's decision to stay quiet and avoid unnecessary explanations was fully within his rights. More importantly, his calm approach changed the entire tone of the interaction. Rather than arguing or reacting emotionally, he remained composed, which removed much of the tension from the situation. The contrast became obvious. The officer continued searching for answers, while the auditor stayed steady and controlled. That calm response shifted the pressure away from the citizen and placed more attention on the officer's conduct and reasoning. Moments like this highlight how understanding your rights and staying composed can help prevent situations from escalating. Clear thinking, patience, and confidence often have a stronger impact than confrontation or raised voices. What would you do in a situation like that? Would you stay silent and remain calm, or explain yourself to avoid further attention?
So it was on camera though.
I know you're saying that
Yeah.
you're just recording,
Yeah.
which, yeah, fine.
But what's your cause for recording people's number plates?
I've explained.
Sorry?
Public are interested.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm just asking out of interest. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
I'm just asking
you're
why.
interested as many of other people are interested. Public
yeah.
are interested. Public interest video, matters of public interest.
Matters of public interest.
That's correct.
What are number plates doing for that?
Haven't really had much chance to film any number plates, to be fair. We might get to it in a bit, but you lot have interfered with our filming.
Okay. Just
Is that cool? Are we allowed to film number plates?
Well, it's a public place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm just asking your reasoning
So
for
yes.
it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm just asking your reasoning.
So why are
for
we
it,
being
that's all.
interfered with like this? It's a public
No
place.
one's
We're
interfering.
filming
Yeah,
from
you're free
public.
to leave.
Excellent. We'll leave once we're finished filming.
Okay. Right. We've got a call. Right, let's go. Everyone
Good luck.
withdraw, thanks. Let's go.
Dismissed. I don't know what that achieved, but anyway, back to where we started. Listen, just like a little bit of advice for future, you need to be careful when telling someone they're detained and whatnot, because technically you infringed on my rights. You didn't give me any reason. I know, you just need to be a bit careful, yeah? Just a little heads up in future. Don't tell someone they're detained without citing some legislation or anything like that, yeah? Does that sound good? Happy? Because you could get into legal trouble if you'd put hands on me or done other such things.
I haven't put hands
I know
on
you haven't, I know you haven't. I'm just telling you for next time, yeah? I hope this was